Okay, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. ما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone has done what they had to do today. And thanks for joining in now, because I wanted a smaller group of students, because verb conjugation, having a smaller group is more useful than having a big group, because it's difficult to bring everyone on the mic. So that's the reason why I wanted to do it in this format. I'm just going to bring this onto the screen, some things, and then inshallah we'll start. The way I'm doing this, it's normally not taught in this method. People teach it in a completely different method, and then you will find students, even after they so-called have graduated from their course, they're still finding it difficult to conjugate the verbs. So this is a very traditional method which the religious institutes use of teaching Arabic language. So I've adapted to that because I know this is the best method itself. Any questions before I start? No? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's bring it on the mic. And brilliant. So how many we have? We have heard, that's fine. Brilliant. Now, let me teach you this in a different method today. Let me go. Now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, these verb conjugations, as I mentioned before, are very important. They are crucial. With knowing these different patterns, now you will see here on the sheet from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these patterns itself, each one of these convey or convert a meaning of a verb from its original meaning to a different meaning. So knowing these different patterns, it allows you to increase your vocabulary in the Arabic language. And that's the reason why. And also, for you to be able to understand the Quran and to read Arabic textbooks, without this, you cannot do it. You will not know how to read the verb, whether it's past tense, present tense, or whether it's the imperative. So that's the reason why it's so important. Right. Now, alhamdulillah, I wanted Zebul Nisa to come on, and alhamdulillah, she has come online. That's good. So now over here now, with the verb conjugations, now with these different patterns, I'm going to go to the last one, number 10, because we've done some before. I want to start from the bottom, go to top, so that everyone learns something new in today's lesson, so not repetition. Now, first of all, you see in this let me make it bigger. Anyone have any questions, come on the mic, okay? Now, over here now, you will see here, alif, sin, ta. How many letters are these? Alif, sin, ta.
3.
Yeah, exactly. So remember this, that this pattern itself is the 10th pattern, and in this pattern there are 3 additional letters. So whenever you want to make this pattern, you would always add alif, sin, and ta. The root word is fa, ain, lam. So from the fa, ain, lam, we add alif, sin, and ta in the beginning, and make the fa silent, the sukun. Istaf'ala. Istaf'ala. Repeat, everyone. Istaf'ala.
Istaf'ala.
And then the present tense is Yeah, istaf'ala, and the present tense is yastaf'ilu.
يستفعل
Yastaf'ilu. So in the present tense, the alif has been removed or been omitted. So istaf'ala, there is alif sin ta. In the present tense is yastaf'ilu. So you will see that the fa, ain, lam are the original letters. The sin and the ta from the present tense remain, which are the additional letters. And then the imperative, when we make the imperative, always the imperative or the amr is always implying the second person. The person is in front of you, which is the second person. So we will make it from tastaf'ilu. We drop the ta from the beginning, make the last letter silent, and it becomes istaf'il. Istaf'il, correct? Okay. Now, I will give you ayat of the Quran in a few seconds. So this is the imperative, istaf'il. However, before I go any further, I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask
okay.
Mr. Zuhra.
Yes.
Zuhra.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Now, I would like you to, I'm going to just put everyone on mute, and then you can unmute yourself again, Zora. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Okay.
Now, I want you
Mhm.
conjugate for me
Mm.
istaf'ala past tense.
Istaf'ala,
Yep,
istaf'ala, istaf'alu,
correct,
istaf'alat,
correct.
istaf'alata,
Istaf'alata, correct.
istaf'alna,
Excellent,
istaf'alta, istaf'altuma,
excellent,
istaf'altum, istaf'alti, istaf'altuma,
correct,
istaf'altunna,
excellent,
istaf'altu,
correct,
istaf'alna.
excellent. So this is the pattern or the template on which other verbs will be formed on istaf'ala, which now I'll tell you the meaning, what meanings it conveys across. But first of all, I need to go to the template conjugation itself. Now I'm going to ask, next person is going to be Sister Zebunisa Kanji. Sister Zebunisa, are you able to conjugate?
Yes, okay.
Okay. I would like you to know from istaf'ala. Now I will give you a verb which is on the pattern of istaf'ala. For example, ghafara, ghafur. Ghafur means ghafara, he forgave, means he forgave. Ghafara yaghfiru. Allahumma ghfir li wa li walidayya wa lil mu'minina yawma yaqum al-hisab. So ighfir li. So ighfir means forgive. Now istaghfara, yastaghfiru, istighfar. Normally this comes for the meaning of, this will come normally for the meaning of seeking.
Seeking forgiveness.
Yes, yeah. Normally any verb which comes on this pattern, it conveys the meaning of seeking anything, like seeking help, like isti'ana. We say yastaghithu, istaghatha yastaghithu, istaghatha yastaghithu istighathatan. It comes from this as well. Okay. Now I want you to do istaghfara, which comes to be he sought forgiveness. Bismillah.
Istaghfara, istaghfiru.
No, istaghfara, istaghfaru.
Istaghfaru.
Then she.
Here.
Yep.
Astaghfarta.
Istaghfarat.
Istaghfarata.
Excellent.
Faratna.
Istaghfarata.
Istaghfarata.
Istaghfarna. Istaghfarna. Excellent.
Istaghfarna.
Start again. Istaghfara.
Istaghfara. Istaghfarna.
Yep.
Istaghfarta. Istaghfartuma. Istaghfartum. Istaghfarti. Istaghfartuma. Istaghfartunna. Astaghfartu. Istaghfartu.
Istaghfartu and istaghfarna.
Istaghfartu. Istaghfarna.
Excellent. Excellent. Brilliant. So istaghfara yastaghfiru. So that's correct. Now I'm going to ask Sister Zinat Jan Muhammad. Sister Zinat.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. I want you to now do yastaf'ilu. Yastaf'ilu. I will do it myself first and then you can do after me. Yastaf'ilu, yastaf'ilani, yastaf'iluna. Tastaf'ilu, tastaf'ilani, yastaf'ilna. Tastaf'ilu, tastaf'ilani, tastaf'iluna. تستفعلوا تستفعلين تستفعلان تستفعلنا أستفعل نستفعل. Go ahead, Sister Zinat. يستفعل الحركات.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
تفعيل.
Taf'ilu. Okay. I'm just writing down. Yes.
Yep.
Taf'ilu. Okay. Yes. Taf'ilu. Yes. Taf'ilani. Yastaf'iluna, tastaf'ilu, tastaf'ilani, yastaf'ilna,
Correct.
tastaf'ilu, tastaf'ilani, tastaf'iluna, tastaf'ilina, tastaf'ilani, tastaf'ilna, astaf'ilu, nastaf'ilu.
Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Now, the next person I'm going to ask is Sister Sharabanu.
Yes, Sheikh.
Now, I want you to conjugate on this pattern now. Yastaghfiru. So, yastaghfiru, he is seeking forgiveness. Have you just seen? Let me send this to. Now, yastaghfiru. Conjugate yastaghfiru for me, please.
Okay. Yastaghfiru, yastaghfirani, yastaghfiruna. Tastaghfiru, tastaghfirani, yastaghfirna.
Correct.
Tastaghfiru, tastaghfirani, tastaghfiruna, tastaghfirina, tastaghfirani, tastaghfirna, astaghfiru, nastaghfiru.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Very good.
Thank you.
And now I'm going to ask the next person to come on is Sister Butul Manji.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
So I'm going to give just 1 second, Sister Butul Manji. The one which I'm going to give you is going to be I'm going to give you the verb istakhraja yastakhriju. So the present tense is going to be yastakhriju. So kharaja means he exited. Yastakhriju means to seek to exit something. Seek to seek something, seeking the exit of something. Like
So
no. Like
word is
istakhraja yastakhriju. Yastakhriju.
istakhraja.
Yastakhriju.
Yes.
Yastakhriju.
Yeah. Yastakhriju. Yastakhrij.
Jani.
Jani.
Yastakhrijuna.
Jani. Yastakhrijuna. Yastakhriju.
Then here, use a pronouns to help you where you are. So here, no ta tastakhriju.
Here tastakhriju. Huma
Rijani.
Jani.
Hunna.
Hunna Yastakrijunna.
No, yastakhrijna.
Yastakrijna.
Anta.
Anta
Tas.
tastakru.
Takhriju. Yeah, tastakhriju.
Jo.
Antuma.
Antuma. Tastakrijani.
Yep. Antum.
Antum. Na tak
Takhrijun.
Juna.
Anti.
Anti.
Tas.
Tastrija.
Anti
Jina.
tastakhrijina.
Tastakrijina.
Antuma.
Antuma tastakrijani.
Jani. Antunna.
Antunna tastakrijunna.
Tastakhrijna.
Tastakrijna. I'm making too many mistakes.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Once you write them down, I'll send you all of these in the complete past, present tense, and then it'll be easier for you. Ana. Astakhriju.
Astakhriju. Nahnu nastakhriju.
Excellent. Jazakallah. Thank you. I'm going to ask next person to come on the mic, which is going to be Sister Kulthum. Sister Kulthum.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam. Now I'm just going to change the slide because let's just make. Where is it gone? There you go. I've got it on the screen. I want you to do the present tense. Now the word, the word is used in Urdu and also used in Arabic and in other languages as well. The word istaqbala yastaqbilu. Istaqbala yastaqbilu means to receive someone.
So you want the yastaqbala?
I want the actual the imperative. Sorry, present tense. Yastaqbilu.
So do you want imperative or full of the conjugation of the
The 14 conjugation of the present tense. Yastaqbilu.
Yastaqbilu, yastaqbilu, yastaqbilani, yastaqbiluna, tastaqbilu, tastaqbilani, yastaqbilna, tastaqbilu, tastaqbilani, tastaqbiluna, tastaqbilina, tastaqbilani, tastaqbilna, astaqbilu, nastaqbilu.
Correct. So the root word is qabila. Qabila means to accept or to receive. That's the meaning of qabila, or to agree. Okay, qabila. Now this adding the alif sin ta, it now is giving the meaning of to turn one's face. To turn one's face, or to go to meet someone, or to confront someone, or to receive. When you receive someone, qabala means front, and when you seek in front of someone, that's istiqbal, reception. You know, in Arabic we call ghurfatul istiqbal, reception room. So istaqbala yastaqbil is seeking the front, and when you're seeking the front, it is a metaphor that when you want to receive someone, you be at the front of someone or in front of somewhere, where every location, so that you can receive them. So istaqbala yastaqbilu. Right.
So qabala can be confront, or it is to receive. Both ways.
Sorry.
Qabala is
Qabila.
qabila.
Yeah, qabila. Also, qabila comes in the meaning to accept as well. Sister Salma is some odd reason thinking about niqah. Yeah, it's right. Qabiltu. Yeah, it is used word qabiltu at-tazwija li muwakkili hadha. Yes. So yes, that is the same word. Qabila comes in the meaning. So you find words come in different meanings. So qabila means to accept, to agree, to receive, to approve. These are the root words, qabila. But when you add alif sin ta, it changes the meaning slightly. It's to turn one's face towards Istaqbala yastaqbilu. To face you towards Qibla, you could say. And also to meet someone or to confront someone, and also to receive a visitor. So when qabila, when you go in front of a visitor, you call istiqbal. Ana astaqbiluhum. I'm going to receive them. Okay. Now I'm going to ask.
How does the imperative work with that?
I'm going to explain this imperative now. Now, look at this now. Now, as I explained earlier on, istaqbala, we have the alif, sin, ta. These are the additional letters. So the qaf, ba, lam are the root letters. Qabala or qabila, sorry. So whenever you have the alif, sin, ta, it gives the meaning of seeking. Okay. Now we will, in the present tense, like in akrama, yukrimu, the alif was dropped. In this, the same happens. The alif is dropped, and it becomes tastaqbilu. Only the sin and ta remains, which are the additional letters. Tastaqbilu. So remember this point. All of the imperatives, when they are made, they are exactly the same formation and the format. So we remove. Let me just change my screen colors. So when we want to make the imperative, we would remove the tas and the dhamma there, the ta there, the noon and the jewel, the noon of the plural masculine. This ta has to be removed. The singular feminine, the noon has to be removed. The ta is removed. This ta is removed. The noon of the kasra for the jewel is removed, but this noon remains for the feminine. Okay. Now, once we drop the ta, we realize that the sin is silent, sukun. The alif, which was in the past tense, like in the four-letter verb, it reappears in akrama, yukrimu, akrim. Here, in the past tense, the alif came with a kasra. Yes, istaqbala. So that alif with the kasra comes back in the imperative. So sister Zuhra Virgin, what would be the imperative? Sister Zuhra.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What would be the imperative?
Istaqbil.
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 Conjugate now.
Istaqbil. Istaqbila. Istaqbilu. Istaqbili. Istaqbila. Istaqbilna.
Right. How would you do now? I'm going to ask next Sister Sharabano Khaku.
Yes, sir.
How would you, what would be the imperative of tastaghfiru?
Tastaghfiru. So I remove the ta. Istaghfir.
Correct. Conjugate.
Istaghfir. Istaghfira. Istaghfiru. Istaghfiri. Istaghfira. Istaghfirna.
Excellent. Sister Kulsum, you have a question?
Yes, I do. So
ahead.
here, the alif with the kasra, it does not have to do with the fact that the middle letter has fatha
No.
or nothing. This is
No.
just automatically from the present tense conjugation. You just take that alif, whatever harakat it had. Thank you.
Correct, sister. Conjugate for me, tastakhriju, imperative. Tastakhriju.
Istakhrij.
Correct.
Istakhrija. Istakhriju. Istakhriji. Istakhrija. Istakhrijna.
Excellent. Sister Mansoura, are you there as well? Sister Mansoura, are you listening passively? Okay, that's fine. Right, okay, now Sister Zabunisa.
Yes, sir.
Sister Zabunisa, you know the word istikhara, yastakhiru, istikhara?
Yes.
It comes from the same root word, from this word istaf'ala, yastafilu, istif'al. The word istikhara, khair means goodness. The root word is khair. khayara. That's the root word. And istakhara yastakhiru istikharatan means seeking goodness. So that's how the word istikhara has come from. Now, for
Yes.
istikhara yastakhiru, the imperative is slightly different because it's got a ya, which is a weak letter. I'll do it for you just to make yourself familiar. I don't expect you to learn this yet. The imperative of istikhara yastakhiru is istakhir. When you want someone to do istikhara, istakhir. Istakhir, istakhira, istakhiru, istakhiri, istakhira, istakhirna.
Nah.
The reason why it's istakhir, the ya gets dropped in the imperative because of iltiqai sakinain. Remember we talked about lesson number 5 about when there are two silent letters?
Yes.
When there are two silent letters in the imperatives, always the weak letter drops, which is normally alif, waw, ya. So that drops. So it becomes istakhir, istakhira, istakhiru, istakhiri, istakhira, istakhirna.
Nah.
Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you this yet. I'll teach you this again. I'm repeating this, making you familiar. Inshallah, when I teach you this, you remember this. Now, I want you to conjugate for me the verb istad'afa yastad'ifu. You know the word mustad'if?
It's the alif sin.
No, it's alif sin ta, Zad Ain Fa.
Right, and okay. So
Istad'afa yastad'ifu. So what would be the imperative of tastad'ifu? Tastad'if.
I have to do imperative.
This is slightly difficult because of Zad. Let me make it easier for you. Istadhara, istadhara. Alif Sin Ta.
Sin
No, Alif Sin Ta. You know the Dha of Dhuhr.
Yeah.
Ha Ra.
So istikhara.
Istadhara.
Istazhara.
Yep. So the word dhahara means to become visible,
Visible.
apparent, evident, obvious. Dhahara. Istadhara yastadhiru means to demonstrate, to show, or to
Become visible.
yes. Okay. To show, demonstrate, to expose. That's a better word. Expose.
Suppose. Okay.
So istadhara yastadhiru. What will be the imperative? Istadhara.
So we have to drop the ta
Correct.
and put alif kasra, and lam will be sakin. So it will be istazhar.
Istadhir. The ha has a kasra.
Okay. Istazhir, istazhira, istazhiru, istazhiri, istazhira, istazhirna.
Excellent. Excellent. Sister Najla, would you like to have a go? Or Dr. Ahmed? Okay, they're listening. I think praying namaz. That's fine. Okay. Is this clear so far for everyone?
Just double checking. The last one was conjugation of the past, correct?
No, that was imperative.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
So Sister Zabulisa did istadhir, istadhira, istadhiru, istadhiri, istadhira, istadhirna. That was imperative. Okay, right. Now I'm going to move on to the next. Any question from anyone?
Sheikh, so whenever you put alif, sin, and ta in front of it of a verb, it's 10th form.
Is the 10th form correct?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now the next one.
One more thing before you go. So
Yep.
would you mind just conjugating the past for this one, just so I can get
Listen
that?
to it. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's important listening to it. Huwa istaqbala. He received someone. Huma istaqbala. Hum istaqbalu. Hiya istaqbalat. Huma istaqbalata. Hunna istaqbalna. Anta istaqbalta. Antuma istaqbaltuma. So remember that from the sixth form, where whatever how many letters verb is, this is a 5-letter verb. The last letter of the verb from istaqbala, lam, becomes silent, and the noon with a fatha is added, which represents plural feminine. And then all the remaining 8, istaqbal, ta, tuma, tum, ti, tuma, tunna, just add these suffixes, and then you make the different verb conjugation. So anti istaqbalti, antuma istaqbaltuma, antunna istaqbaltunna, ana istaqbaltu, nahnu istaqbalna. Yes, Sister Zinat. Sister Zinat, you have your hand up.
I wanted
sorry,
to ask.
I was saying.
Yes, go, Sister Zinat.
I
Yeah.
just want to ask that all this amr
Yep.
imperative will be starting from alif kasra.
Yes, that is right. So in this Baba Istifal, like if you look in your WhatsApp group, I've just sent you something across now. Have you checked it in the groups? I've sent you ayat of the Quran.
Yes, I checked. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Surah Tawbah, istaghfir lahum aw la tastaghfir lahum.
Yeah.
So istaghfir is the imperative. Even in Surah Yusuf, qalu ya abana. They said, "Oh our father." These are the sons of Yaqub alayhi salam. Istaghfir lana dhunubana. Oh Allah, seek forgiveness for us, for our sins. Inna, surely we, kunna, we were, khati'in, from the people who made mistake, wrongdoers.
Yes.
And then Surah Nisa again, wastaghfir lahumur rasul. Sorry, wastaghfara lahumur rasul. This is past tense. Istaghfar. So all of them here have a fatha. Istaghfara, istaf'ala. Wastaghfara lahumur rasulu. Can you see the word ar-rasulu having a dhamma?
Yes.
So ar-rasulu is the fa'il of the verb istaghfara. The Prophet sought forgiveness for them. La wajadu, they found Allah tawwaban rahima, repentant and merciful.
So the lahum would be the maf'ul bi.
Which one?
The lahum.
Lahum is, yeah, lahum is, so what will you do here, Sister Zuhra? Lahum is jar and majroor. Lahum is jar and majroor.
Yeah, the zamir is attached. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's jar and majroor. Tawwaban rahima. This is the maf'ul bihi for la wajadu. They found. Who found? The people found. Allah is the maf'ul. Tawwaban rahima. This is sifat, and this is maf'ul as well.
Okay. Yeah, because it's in the accusative form.
Yes, exactly. And in Surah Nisa, the next, has everyone seen this on the WhatsApp group?
Yes.
Yes.
Next one is wastaghfir. Now here, wastaghfiri. The ra has a kasra.
Yeah.
The reason why it has a kasra is that this is imperative. So the sukoon will always change to a kasra when you're joining on to the next word. And
yes,
you'll see the word Allah has a fatha.
Yes.
So Allah is the maf'ul,
Yes.
object of you seek Allah's forgiveness. Istaghfir, to who? Seek forgiveness of Allah. Istaghfirullah, inna Allah,
Inna Allah ismu inna.
Correct. Brilliant. So these are examples of Baba Istifal from the Quran. Of course, there are many other examples, but this is sufficient at the moment. Any questions from anyone?
Before you go, yes, one more question. So basically, when you are coming to verbs that are conjugated with ista, when converting from past to present, you're dropping the alif with the kasra and you add the ya or the ta, which is the designation for a present.
That's right.
So you're not making the alif with a sukoon like in normal 3-letter word conjugations for present. Here, you're just dropping it and you're adding the ya or the ta.
That's right.
And the alif and the noun.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
That's right. Okay. Right, okay. This is alhamdulillah, I think everyone knows this now. I just need to move on now. Now, the next one I'm going to So the next one I'm going to practice on is going to be this one here now. If ta'ala, I'm not going to do number 9 at the moment because number 9, it's rarely used. I will do it at the end, but it's not that important. If ta'ala, yafta'ilu, ifti'alan. So if ta'ala. So here, remember the fa, ayn, lam. These are the root letters of the 3-letter verb. All verbs are 3 letters minimum. And then, so how many letters have been added? If ta'ala. We can see the alif is additional and the ta is additional. So if ta'ala. So this, so if ta'ala yafta'ilu. So a verb which is quite. So for this is, I'm going to give you first of all example. So the word jama'a. What does the word jama'a mean?
Together.
Gathered.
Yeah, jama'a. So I'll give you an example. Now, reflexive, as those who was listening to the fast track class earlier. Now, reflexive, it literally means is that the action of the verb is being. So this verb. So this, it gives the meaning of reflexive, and to make a to achieve this meaning of reflexive, you will have 2 verbs. So first of all, you will have form 1. So you will have the basic verb, the 3-letter verb. Then after the 3-letter verb, this pattern, if ta'ala, will come after it, and this will give the meaning that the action of the 3-letter verb is now being achieved itself. For example, I'll give you an example in English and I'll do the Arabic. I gathered the army. I gathered the army, so it gathered. Do you understand? I gathered the army, so it gathered.
I gathered the army, so it gathered.
Yeah, so what this means, that the action of me gathering the army is being achieved itself. So this is called reflexive, that the action which you're trying to accomplish, the result of the action is being achieved.
So how would you say it? Jama'a.
Yeah, I'm going to send this across to you now. I'm going to send this in the groups now. Jama'atul junda. Jama'atul junda fajtama'a. I'll write this down for you. Jama'atul junda. The fa comes as a meaning of explaining. Fudge tama'a.
So because you put the fa in the beginning, then the alif is dropped?
The alif is there, it just becomes silent.
Oh, it becomes silent. Okay.
Yeah.
Sheikh, I have a question.
Just 1 second. I gathered the army, so it gathered. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so when I'm looking at the number 8, reflexive of 1, which is if ta'ala, your root word is fa'ala, and essentially you've broken that root word and taken the first letter out and inserted a ta and then alif, first, and then a ta in between.
Yep.
So you do that. This is what you have to do with any of those 3-letter
All
words?
of them. That is correct. That is correct. So you get the root, the 3-letter, like for example, jama'a. The jim is fa, the fa radical. The ta, between the jim and the meme, you put the ta. Ijtama'a.
Ijtama. Can you say a few of these just so that we get comfortable hearing it?
Kasaba means he earned or he gained. Iktasaba yaktasibu gives the meaning of the process of gaining something. Kasaba means he gathered or he gained. And iktasaba yaktasib. Let me first teach you them before you start asking me different factors, because if you don't even know them, there's no point even knowing. So let me teach you them first. Before
So
we
Sheikh, can
Yeah.
I ask you? So the Jama'atul Junda Fajtama'a, it
Yep.
is Fajtama'a because it is it together.
Yeah,
That's
it
why
is.
it is fa.
Yeah, the fajtama'a, the huwa pronoun is referring back to the army,
Okay.
because the army is the thing which you're trying to gather.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So as you like, Sister Zinat,
Yeah.
can you do for me ijtama'a, the past tense?
Ijtama'a, 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 Ijtama'u, Ijtama'at, Ijtama'ata, Ijtama'alna,
No,
Ijtama.
no. Put the on the ayn sukun. Ijtama'na.
Ijtama'na,
Correct.
Ijtama'ata, Ijtama'atuma, Ijtama'atum, Ijtama'ati, Ijtama'atuma, Ijtama'atunna, Ijtama'atu, Ijtama'na.
Excellent. Sister Butul Manji, are you there?
Thank you.
Yes.
Ifta'ala. Go ahead. Ifta'ala.
Ifta'ala, ifta'ala, ifta'alu, ifta'alat, ifta'alata, ifta'ala lana,
No, ifta'alna.
ifta'alna,
Correct.
ifta'alta, ifta'altuma, ifta'altum, ifta'alti, ifta'altuma, ifta'altunna,
Correct. Ifta'altu.
ifta'altu, ifta'alna.
Excellent. Next person I'm going to ask is Sister. Who would like to come next to the mic?
This is Dr. Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum, doctor. Let's do Dr. Ijtama'a.
Ijtama'a, Ijtama'u, Ijtama'at, Ijtama'ata, Ijtama'u,
Ijtama'na.
Ijtama'na, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Ijtama'na,
Ijtama'ta.
Ijtama'ata, Ijtama'atanna,
No, Ijtama'ta. Ijtama'tuma.
Ijtama'atuma,
Ijtama'tum.
Ijtama'atum,
Then anti.
Ijtama'ati, Ijtama'atun,
Tuma.
Ijtama'atunna,
Ijtama'tuma. Ijtama'tunna. Correct. I. Ana.
Ana, Ijtama'na,
No, Ana ijtama'tu.
Ijtama'atu, Ijtama'na,
And nahnu.
Ijtama'na.
Nahnu ijtama'na. Excellent. Sister Najla, are you there?
No, I don't. I'm not very confident. I don't want to do it.
No, Bismillah, I'll help you. Don't worry.
Please. I'm just going to make a fool out of myself. I want to practice more before I do it.
Okay, let me do it. Let me repeat it, and then you can repeat with me. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yajtami'u.
Yajtami'u.
Yajtami'ani.
Yajtami'ani.
Yajtami'una.
Yajtami'una.
Tajtami'u.
Tajtami'u.
Tajtami'ani.
Tajtami'ani.
Yajtami'na.
Yajtami'na.
Tajtami'u.
Tajtami'u.
Tajtami'ani.
Tajtami'ani.
Tajtami'una.
Tajtami'una.
Tajtami'ina.
Tajtami'ina.
Tajtami'ani.
Tajtami'ani.
Tajtami'na.
Tajtami'na.
Ana.
Ana.
Ajtami'u.
Tajtami'u.
Ajtami'u.
Ajtami'u.
Nahnu.
Nahnu.
Najtami'u.
Najtami'u. I think it just needs practice. But you know, me and my husband were saying we have one suggestion that before our class on Mondays,
Yeah.
initially for the first 5 minutes, can we just do conjugation?
The next whole class next week, I'm going to do conjugation with yourselves as well.
Okay.
I'm going to practice it because I need to master this. Everyone has to master it because otherwise it's difficult for anyone. Once you know all of these verb conjugates and everything else in Arabic becomes so easy. You won't believe it.
Sheikh Saib,
Yes.
please, can you send us these words? Then we'll conjugate it ourselves.
I will.
and
I'm going to send you a whole sheet of different patterns on these different scales so you can actually do them, inshallah. Okay.
Yeah, the words.
Yeah, I'll send you the words.
Words.
I'll send you them. Now, the imperative is, Sister Zuhra, can you do the imperative of ijtami'? Sister Zuhra, did you?
Yes, yes.
Ijtami'.
اجتمع اجتمع اجتمعوا
Correct?
اجتمعي
Ijtami'i.
اجتمعي
Yep.
اجتمعا
Yep.
اجتمعنا.
Ijtami'na. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Sister,
I can do the next.
yeah, go ahead, doctor. Now, you know the word Imam Hussain alayhi salam said on the Shahadah Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam? He said, Al-an in kasara dhahri. So in kasara, the word is kasara, the root word is kasara. Kasara means break. And in kasara means the action of the breaking of someone's back, meaning the strategy of Mawla Hussain alayhi salam. So I'm going to do in kasara. The pattern is in fa'ala. So kasara is the root word. We add the alif and the noon, and it gives me in kasara, he broke or it broke. And the present tense is yanfa'ilu. So the alif here, which is visible in the past tense, becomes is dropped in the present tense. It becomes yanfa'ilu. So I want you to, doctor, do in kasara past tense, please.
In kasara.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time and do it slowly. In kas huwa in kasara.
In kasara.
In huwa in kasara.
Wa in kasara.
Hum.
Hum in kasara. In kasaru.
Correct. Hiya.
In kasarat.
Hiya in kasarat.
In kasarat.
Huma.
In
kasarata. Correct. Hunna.
In kasarna.
Excellent. Anta.
In kasarta.
Excellent. Antuma.
In kasartuma.
Excellent. Antum.
In kasartum.
Anti.
In kasarti.
Antuma.
In kasartuma.
Antunna.
In kasartunna.
Ana.
In kasarna.
Ana in kasarto.
In kasarto.
And nahnu.
In kasarna.
Excellent. Excellent. Jazakallah. Thank you. Sister Abu Nisa.
Thank you.
Jazakallah.
Yes.
Sister Abu Nisa, I would
Yes.
like you to yanfa'ilu. So yanfa'ilu, the present tense is yankasiru. Bismillah.
Yankasiru, yankasirani, yankasiruna. Hiya tankasiru, huma tankasirani, hunna
Yankasirna.
yankasirna.
Excellent.
Anta tankasiru, antuma tankasirtuma,
No.
antuna
Antum'a tankasirani.
antuma tankasirani, antum tankasiruna, antum tankasirtum.
No.
Anti.
Ta'atumatum is the past tense. We're doing present tense.
Oh, I'm doing present tense.
Yeah.
Yes. So antuma
Tankasirani.
kasirani, antum tankasiruna,
Correct?
anti tankasirti,
No.
anti
Anti.
tankasirina,
Correct.
Antuma tankasirani.
Correct.
Antuna ankasirtunna.
No, antunna tankasirna.
Tankasirna.
Ana
ankasirtu. Nahnu ankasirna.
Ana ankasiru. Nahnu
Nankasiru.
in
Ankasiru. Nahnu nankasiru.
ankasiru and nankasiru. Okay. Sister Salma, you passive, yes?
Check, what does this mean? We can see near this in fa'ala, it says passive of one.
I will explain this. Let me finish this off. Inshallah, maybe I'll explain this. But let me just the conjugate. Now, as you're as you're on the mic, I want you to do the imperative of in kasara, yan kasir. What will be the imperative?
In kasira. So,
In
in
kasir.
kasir,
In kasir, correct.
in kasira, in kasiru, in kasiri, in kasira, in kasirna.
In kasirna, excellent. Sister Batul Manji,
Yes.
the verb is sarafa, means to change. In sarafa, yan sarifu, in siraf, means to turn. So in sarafa, yan sarifu. What will be the imperative? Swad rafa is root word. Alif noon in sarafa means to turn. In sarafa, yeah, in sarif. In sarif means to turn. In sarafa, yan sarifu, and the imperative will be
Sarif.
in sarif.
In sarif.
Conjugate now.
In sarif. In sarif. In
Sarifu.
sarif. In sarifu. Oh, your
In sarif.
sarifu.
In sarif, in sarifa, in sarifu. Continue.
In sarifu.
No, yeah.
In sari.
In sarifi.
In sarifi. In sarifa.
Yep.
In sarifna.
In sarifna. In sarif. Ahsanti. Thank you. Thank you. Sister Salma, can you come on the mic?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam. You brought Sister Mansoura, but she's not even on the mic. I think she's passive, yes?
Yes, she is.
Okay, that's fine. Now, I'm going to do number 6. This one here. So, first of all, fa'ala is the root word. How many letters do you see additional being added?
2.
They're not being added together, but they're added in between. So, what's happening here?
I see a ta added and an alif.
Yep. So the ta is added before the fa, and the alif is added after the fa.
Yes.
So, I'm going to give you a verb which is quite. Which one should I give you?
An easy one.
Yeah, I don't want to give you an easy one, but which one is easy for you to understand. Now, the word dharaba. The word dharaba means to beat or hit. Okay, dharaba. Now, when you actually put the verb on this pattern, tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, it gives the meaning doing so. So this gives the meaning of exchanging now. Exchanging. Like, you know, in Surah Asr, it says, Bismillah ar-Rahman wal Asr, إن الإنسان في خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا. The word watawasaw means to give advice or admonishment to each other. So that is, of course, it's a weak letter verb, so I'm not going to teach you that, but that is on this pattern itself. So that gives the meaning, trying to do things and exchanging between two individuals. Now, I'm going to put the verb tadharaba yatadharabu. That means two individuals exchanging beats with each other. That meaning that both of them are beating each other.
Yes. Okay.
So, tadharaba.
Tadharaba, tadharaba, tadharabu, tadharabi,
Tadharabat.
tadharabat,
Tadharabata.
Tadharabata, tadharabna, tadharabti, tadharabtuma, tadharabtum, tadharabti, oops, tadarabta, anta, tadarabta, tadarabtuma, tadarabtum, tadarabti, tadarabtuma, tadarabtunna, tadarabtu, tadarabna.
Excellent. Excellent. Sister Kulthum, are you there?
Yes.
Sister,
So the
can you do?
question I have when you're
Yeah.
saying that it is sort of like a reflexive where two people are engaged, how does that work when you are using it for either one person, third person singular, or male or female, or one person, you, male, female?
One person. So
Because when you're
Dharaba.
saying, yeah, you're saying that there are two people or more than two people
Yeah.
engaged in doing it to each other, how can you use that for a single person?
You won't be using it. This is the whole thing. That's a good question.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when it's been used as a between individuals, multiple individuals, it will require an object. So this type of verb will require an object as well. It will not be sufficient that you mention a doer without an object. So it will require an object as well. You remember we did last week about transitive and intransitive verbs, remember?
Yes, yes,
So this type of verb will require an object as well.
because it's incomplete otherwise.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Now I want you to do yatadharabu, present tense. Yatadharabu.
Yatazarabu, yatazaraba,
No, yatadharabu. You missed the noon of the
sorry.
kasra.
Yatazarabu, yatazarabani,
Correct.
yatazaruna, tatazarabu, tatazarabani, yatazarabna, tatazarabu, tatazarabani, tatazarabuna, tatazarabina, tatazarabani, tatazarabna, atazarabu, natazarabu.
MashaAllah, excellent. MashaAllah, really good.
Sheikh,
Sister, yeah.
You had sent us once, and I remember this tanaza'a. Is it on the same?
Excellent, excellent. Tanaza'a. You know what tanaza, we use this in Urdu as well. Tanaza means a friction or a dispute. In tanazat, and even ayah wilaya. In ayah wilaya, this ayah comes after it. That comes near the ayah, the same ayah itself. But in tanazatum bishayn faruddu ila Allah. So tanaza means when there is a quarrel or a dispute amongst two people.
Okay.
So tanaza, as you've done this, I want you to do the imperative of tanaza, the imperative, Sister Sharbano. Tanaza'a yatanaza'u. What would be the imperative?
Okay, so tanaza'a.
Yatanaza'u.
Tanaza.
Correct.
Tanaza'a.
Correct.
Tanaza'u.
Excellent.
Tanaza'i.
Excellent.
Tanaza'a. Tanaza'na.
Tanaza'na. Excellent. Excellent. Any question from anyone so far?
What does this mean? Naza'a.
Naza'a. So the root word is naza'a. So tanaza, yatanaza means dispute.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is it to bring out, Sheikh? Naza'a? I just looked in the dictionary, or no?
So the word it means to extract as well. The root word means to extract, to remove, to take away. Correct. But this is tanaza yatanaza'u. Now this one itself, it means to pull out, extract. Here it comes in the meaning of when there's a dispute. So when you pull out something, you're pulling out a difference of opinion. So when tanaza'tum fi shay'in. So when there's a dispute or a quarrel, it's tanaza'a. That's what is it's a metaphorical meaning is being used, or meaning. So if you look at the dictionary, in that meaning, it comes there as well, to contend with or another, contest or dispute. Carry on a dispute, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the last one, and then I think this will be enough, because it's getting, the last one I'm going to do, it's going to be, Just one
So
second.
the ayah from Surah Qadr, is that tanazzalul the same root word?
No, that's different. That is on the pattern of tanazzala yatanazzalu. That's the next one I'm going to do now. So this one here, the fa'ala tanazzala yatanazzalu. So the ta and the shadda is being added. So give me one
So
second.
send us all this, huh?
You should have it already.
This we don't have number.
I'll send it again. That's not an issue. I've sent it today, just so early on. Sister Zohra Virji, can you do the past tense for me? The za'ama. So the za'ama, the ta is additional. Zal, ayn, mim is root word. Za'ama. So the shadda has been added and the ta is being added, and it's to make it into a 5-letter verb.
Okay. تزعم تزعما تزعموا تزعمت تزعمتا تزعمنا تزعمت تزعمتما تزعمتم تزعمتي تزعمتما تزعمتن تزعمت تزعمنا.
Sister, who would like to do next? Present tense. Sister Kulsum?
I can do it.
Go ahead, doctor. Yataza'amu. So yataza'amu. Go ahead.
Yazama'u.
No. Take your time, doctor. Yataza'amu.
Yazama'u.
Yataza'amani.
Yazama'ani.
Yataza'amuna.
Yazama'una.
Tataza'amu.
Yazama'u.
Tataza'amani.
Yazama'ani.
Yataza'amna.
Yazama'anna.
Tataza'amu.
Yazama'u.
Tataza'amani.
Yazama'ani.
Tataza'amuna.
Yazama'una.
Tataza'amina.
Yazama'ina. Yazama'una.
Yeah, that's it. Tataza'amani. Tataza'amna.
Yazama'anna.
Ataza'amu.
Yazama'u.
Nataza'amu.
Yazama'u.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Sister Nazar, can you do yatanazzalu?
No, Sheikh, I'll do it next week.
Go ahead. Okay, that's fine. Sister Kulsum, can you do the imperative?
Imperative for
Taza'ama. Yataza'amu. Tataza'amu, because there's two tas. One ta is of the past tense. The other ta is of the present tense.
So it would be
Taza'am.
Taza'am, taza'ama, taza'amu, taza'ami, taza'ama, taza'amna.
Do tanazzal.
Nazzal.
No, tanazzal.
So it will be tanazzal, tanazzala, tanazzalu, tanazzali, tanazzala, tanazzalna.
Excellent. Sister Zebulisa Kanji, are you there? Was she gone?
Yes.
Can you do takallam?
Takallam, takallama, takallamu, takallami, takallama, takallamna.
Excellent. MashaAllah. Thank you ever so much for everyone. Right. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajam. So inshallah, I hope that was a good, please. So those who have attended the class, Sister Zaburasa, if you could revise this with Sister Shabnam and Sister Sabira, that would be really appreciated.
I'll ask you tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah. So I'll send you, if you haven't got any of the slides, just message me. I'll send it across to you now, and practice with them, because that will really help everyone to get there. You will see that when you start knowing these verb conjugation, Quran recitation becomes quicker, improves it, and your better understanding will gradually start improving as well, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Sheikh Sahib.
Yes, Sister Butul Manji.
this conjugation tables,
Yep.
how many numbers did you send?
How many
Like
numbers?
on the top it is written, 1 2 6. We did the 1 to 6 I have.
Yeah,
Then
we've done
33,
so we've done 1 to 6, and then this other ones we need to work on these. That's the reason why. So we've done these 6 before, so it's the other ones which we need to work on. These ones here: akrama, sarrafa, dharaba, tasarrafa, tadharaba, iktasaba, insarafa, ihmarra, ihmara, istakhraja. So these are the ones I need to work on to get yourself through the basic verb conjugations, inshallah. Okay?
Jazakallah, Sheikh. I have to leave.
Yeah, I have to leave as well. I'm getting time things tired now as well.
Jazakallah. Thank you.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليل عينا حتى تسكنه أرضك أو تمتع فيها طويلا واجعلنا من أنصار وشيتك وجندك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.